Yay, we're live. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna give it a couple minutes for people to hop on. In the meantime, we are going to just do a little introduction so you know whose face is talking. We're gonna have slides. So with the slides, you might not see our little heads in the corner. So I'm Brittany when we get to that little spiel. This is Samantha.
Hi.
And then Erica right here.
Hi, guys.
So, yeah, we're just going to give it like 20 more seconds. But since this is recorded, we're probably just going to hop right into it in screen share. So hold on while I bust open our slides. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
I can see it. You do?
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. So just for the people that are on, we'll just give a little play-by-play. So that top left picture is from our first team retreat in Tahoe. That top right picture is from Coach Summit, which is our annual coaching event in Nashville, Tennessee. It was in Las Vegas. It kind of changes every few years, but it's coming up in 2 months, and we're super excited about that. The bottom left, or the bottom two pictures, are both from our retreat that we just got back from in Cabo San Lucas, and we just had a blast. So all three of us were there for that event, and so we're all fired up, and it's what motivated us to make this call tonight and just bring back the feel-goods and find other chicks, mostly chicks, some guys too, that are looking for the same kind of connections and sense of community that we found together. So yeah, we're just going to dive in, and I'm going to pass it over to Sam on the next slide, and she's going to tell a little bit about her story. Sam.
Awesome. Thanks, Brittany. Okay, guys. Brittany said, my name is Samantha. I've been a coach for about a year, a little more. Am I echoing, Brittany?
Not bad, no.
Okay. So I'm just going to talk about my story just a little bit. So whenever I started coaching, I was postpartum from having my third baby. So I was definitely in the worst shape of my life. I was really self-conscious and just wanted to start getting healthy again and feeling better about myself. And staying at home, I felt like I didn't have anything else other than being a wife and mom. And I just was looking for something more, something that could help me find me and like the things that I was interested in and just make me not on the back burner anymore, because that was definitely what I had been doing. I also lacked a lot of friendships and connections outside of the home because I was staying home with all three kids and my husband worked so much. And so a lot of times I would just feel lonely and felt like I had no friendships. And yeah, it was really hard. So we were also adjusting to life with a huge pay cut. My husband was at a really awesome job making really great money, but he was miserable. So we made the decision for him to quit and get this new job, and with that came like a huge pay cut. And so we were pretty broke. I was lonely, feeling really low about myself, out of shape, just miserable pretty much at the time. Until I became a coach, and I'm now the healthiest and the strongest I've probably ever been. I didn't lose a lot of weight. I'm not someone that actually needed to lose weight. It was more just taking care of my body, toning up, becoming healthier, becoming stronger, just being a better me. And that doesn't always mean losing weight, and that's how it was for me. So I've also started finally discovering who I am outside of a mom. It's really been hard, and it's taken a lot of time. I thought it would be something that just like clicked really quick, and I'm like, oh, that's who I am. But it's like this continuous journey, and without coaching and without all the personal development and getting outside of my comfort zone and just all the different aspects, without all of that, I wouldn't be discovering who I am now. And so that's been really cool for me. It's kind of surprising, the person I'm finding out that I am, but yeah, that's a cool part. Um, I'm also now surrounded with a huge support system of like-minded women who are always striving to be better and pushing me to do the same. This retreat that we just got back on is like literally the perfect example. Just making those connections where before a year ago I was lonely, had no like real friends that I would ever go on a trip with, and now I'm, traveling out of country with these amazing women, and they're definitely like my best friends now, and I can say that, and it's people that I've never met before. So that's been huge for me. It's just been, yeah, it's been awesome. And then um, I'm now able to cover that income gap that we were struggling so much from when my husband switched jobs. It's been something that was kind of a non-negotiable. Like, I had to do this in order for us to stay afloat, and thankfully Beachbody has done that for me. I've been able to help others, and in turn it helps my family and kind of has kept us, afloat. And so that's kind of a little bit about my story. I know that was kind of quick, but I think that was about it. So now I'm just going to talk about the different kinds of coaching or kinds of coaches. Not everyone is the same or has the same kind of goals when it comes to this. So whenever I sign up coaches, there's always like 3 categories that I let them pick from on what kind of coach they want to be. The first one is the most basic. It's called a discount coach. And this is for anyone that is strictly in it for the discount of products. You love Shakeology, you love the programs, but actively talking to people and helping other people is not really in your game plan or even, in your horizon. So by being a discount coach, you're still able to get all the awesome products that you love, but just at a discounted rate, which is basically it saves you about $16 a month. You get 25% off of anything that you order, and so that would be a discount coach. No obligation, no quotas, no nothing. You just get the discount. The second one is called a hobby coach, and it's kind of right in the middle of discount business builder. It's just someone that, like the discount coach, they love the products and want the discount, but they also semi want to build the business, and so they use the products, and then if someone is interested, they kind of they just help them out, but they don't go out searching to make a bigger team or grow their business. They're not actively working it. It just, if it comes around, then it happens. They're just sharing with others what's going on. So it's kind of right in the middle. Again, no obligations on it. Then there's the business builder. And this one is for the person that is just all in. They're ready to take their business to the next level. They want to make a full-time income, a full-time career, build a life of freedom, make a team, a growing team under them. They really would just want to jump in with both feet and just make the best of it and do whatever they can to make it work. And so, like I said, whenever you sign up, you have these 3 options. So I know a lot of people get overwhelmed and they're like, well, shoot, I don't want to be a coach. I don't have time for all this, or I can't do all this. I have a full-time job. Well, then you'd be the perfect hobby coach, or you'd be the perfect discount coach. There's literally something for everybody, and it's just about, finding out which one is for you and going with it. And so we always support like whichever one you want to do. Whenever you sign on with our teams, we're never like, oh, you have to be a business builder, or you have to only do this. Like, you do whatever you want. It's your business at the end of the day, and so you pick, and that's how you do it. So I think that's about it. Brittany, if you want to go to the next one.
Yeah, I love that. The one thing I wanted to touch on that some people get confused about, though, is, like Sam said, there's all these different options, and if you can be somewhere in between discount and hobby coach, or you can decide one day that you're a hobby coach and you want to run with it. Some misconceptions, though, is that like there's a different sign-up process. So pretty much when you go to sign up as a coach, you could be a discount business builder. The sign-up process for each of these titles, we kind of make them up on our own as coaches, just to classify, this is the kind of help that this person needs. They really want to run with it, so we're going to run with them and give them those kind of resources. So don't be confused about like, oh, when I go to sign up, or if I think about doing this, I'm going to sign up as a discount coach. A coach is a coach, but it's up to you to decide kind of where you fit the mold. So I just kind of wanted to touch on that.
Yeah,
Um,
thanks.
no problem, boo. And then we're going to pass it over to Erica. Erica's going to tell her story. And yeah, you're muted, Erica.
Oh, hi, I'm here. So prior to becoming a Beachbody coach, I was overweight. I used to work in the restaurant business after high school and really fell off of my fitness routine. I used to be really involved in sports, was a cheerleader, played softball. But after high school, I just really lost it and didn't have structure around that anymore. And working in a restaurant, there just seems to always be extra food around. And, you know, when you're 21 and you're into the party scene, I just was living a really unhealthy lifestyle and just didn't know where to go. I didn't have direction with how to get my six-pack back, pretty much. I was a binge eater. Like I said, I would eat that extra food that was available, snack on chips all the time. And to top it off, I was stuck in a really toxic relationship for almost 5 years. And that made me depressed. I missed the old happy Erica that I used to know, and a lot of people used to say you're just not the same person anymore. And eventually graduated college and got a job working at Target, and I loved my job. I still work at Target, and I do really like my job, but that was my whole life. I wasn't happy at home, so I would spend 10, 12 hours at work. I never worked out until my good friend Brittany invited me to a challenge group where that was my first introduction to Beachbody. And I've always kind of been a coach that has been teetering between a hobby coach and a full-time working coach. Eventually, I would love that to be my full-time job, being a Beachbody coach, but right now I am somewhere in between. And it's really helped me to live a healthier lifestyle. If you take a look at my before and after pictures, I had about 30 pounds to lose. And just through the challenge groups and the really supportive women that you're surrounded by helped me to get that extra weight off. And I think, you know, Sam mentioned not all transformations are physical, but I think the mental transformation too is really awesome. That comes with being a coach and just being in the challenge groups as well. So with Beachbody, I've created a work-life balance. I don't work 12 hours a day anymore, really cut it down to 8, and then giving my extra time to my Beachbody business. And it's just super rewarding for me. I don't need to be a Beachbody coach. It's not something that I'm doing for income. It's something that I'm doing because I truly love helping others, and I just feel really blessed to be a part of it. So if you go to the next slide, B. Cool. So what does it mean to join our team? You have access to team calls. Just like this one, there are different calls that are hosted weekly. Calls that are on specific topics. You can think of them as trainings. They're really awesome to keep you on track with your business goals. We have a really amazing upline, and you have access to all of them as well. So Stephanie Chico, Brandy Botts, you'll be able to jump on any of their calls that they invite us to. There's one-on-one training with your mentoring coach, so the person that invited you to this call, they'll host calls, Brittany hosts calls, and then you have online group trainings with mentorship programs that have proven steps to build a successful business. So it's self-paced training. If you want to do an hour a day, if you want to run with it, your coach will be there right there with you. This is a place where you can dream big and work at your own pace. So you're your own boss. I put in about an hour a day into this business. Your coach isn't going to be calling you, asking you, like, have you clocked in today? Like, how much time have you spent? We're really just here to support you and help you reach your own goals.
Love that. Yeah. I'm just going to dive into my story. Thanks, Erica. That was killer. So there's a cool thing about this is that I'm going to go into my story in just a second, but I'm really excited that it's the 3 of us. We had 6 girls on the retreat, and it was amazing. We had a blast. But I'm really excited about these 2 girls volunteered to do this call with me, and I feel like it's a really interesting pairing of the 3 of us. We all have different backgrounds. When I found coaching, I had just quit my job that I actually really liked, but it just wasn't working out. And I was in a space where I, like who I was before coaching, recently divorced, and I didn't have children at the time. Erica comes from a place where she's making nearly 6 figures at a job that she loves, but she's found something in coaching that really speaks to her and works for her. And Sam is a mom of 3. You know, she needed this for her family. She found something that, even with a busy schedule as a mom, she was able to fit into something that worked for her. So I think it's cool that you guys get this little play-by-play from 3 different perspectives. So just a little bit about me. Like Erica, I had some weight to lose when I joined as a coach. Between, emotional eating, I'm a product of, addiction. It runs in my family. And I grew up, unhappy, didn't have my mom around, and that kind of, I ate my feelings in the way of that. And through my adolescence and my last couple years of high school, I gained some weight. I moved to California from the Midwest, and I started to make healthier decisions. It was easier to, eat healthier here on the West Coast. There was, easier access to healthier options and stuff like that. So I slowly started to be more conscious of that stuff. But I didn't find coaching until about 6 years into that journey. And at that point, I still had about 20 pounds to lose or so. So I stumbled upon coaching through an Instagram account from my upline coach, and have been running ever since. And I found coaching I found it at the end of June, but I signed up as a coach July 3rd of 2013. Like I mentioned, I was recently divorced. I had a lot of shame attached to that, a lot of insecurities, and I wanted to share those struggles in hopes to inspire other people and also just become a better version of myself. I was diagnosed in 2010 with hepatitis C, and that was attached to the addiction in my family. It was really unexpected, but it was life-changing, and now it's a blessing in disguise because I've used those struggles as a catapult to be motivated and purposeful with turning all that into my testimony and sharing that in hopes to help other people see that they can move forward with their BS too. I lacked direction and purpose. I was someone that was a serial quitter. I would start, community college. I went to makeup school and never did anything with that after paying $20,000 to go to makeup school in Hollywood. I've done so many things, and I've always ended up quitting. And I'd get to that like 1.5 year, 2 year mark, and I'd be like, I can't. Like I'm getting, work ADD, and I need something new. I'm uninspired and I'm bored. And so I found coaching, and this is something that it's appealing because, like we had mentioned before, I'm my own boss. At any moment, I can take a day off if I need that break. If I feel like my creative juices are failing, I can go and rework my entire brand or just get creative. That's what I love about being a business owner. For example, if I need a vacation, I can take these girls. We all went on vacation. I can use that as a write-off because I own my own business, and it's part of my job to travel and live a fuller life in hopes to inspire others to do the same. So now as a coach, I'm passionate about building a life by design. I had my son. I got pregnant while I was coaching, and it's been really amazing to never have to spend a day away from him. And his whole life, he knows his mom makes healthier decisions. She's conscious of exercising. He's there every day whenever I'm waking up and pushing play. I'm that example to him. When before, if you would have seen me in high school, there's no way I would have been the girl that was like getting up and working out, and like I was smoking weed all day and like had nothing better to do. Not saying that that's a bad thing at all, but moderation. And I think that I got to a point where I just was unhappy and not motivated. And so now I'm at this place where he sees this great healthy example of someone that's continually trying to better themselves. And so I found something that I'm actually not that bad at. I'm the founder of the Goddess Rebellion, and we're a 5-star Diamond Elite team with over 550 coaches that are now my second family. We went on this vacation together, and it was amazing to me. I wrote a post about this, but we had no drama. Like, how do you get a group of girls? Like, all my life we would have like sleepovers, and there would just be someone that would end up crying, or someone with their feelings hurt, or someone was annoying. You know, we had an amazing time, and it was because we were surrounded by women that wanted to be better too. Like, all of us want to be the best version of ourselves, and I think when you're in the company of those kind of people, it inspires you to push yourself even further to your higher potential, and that's something that I find super attractive, especially in my workspace. Like I mentioned, I've been present with my son since the day he was born. My boyfriend Nate, it's been a year since he quit his job, and our next goal is to get our own place because we are still living at his mom's house. But I was able to support, you know, our credit card bills, our insurance, our car insurance, all of that stuff. I was able to cover our bills for him to be able to quit his job so we could live a life where we were together all the time, and that was just something that was a big priority to us. I found real purpose through helping others. I knew I wanted to help people at my previous job. You know, I worked at a cannabis dispensary, and I helped terminally ill patients. I was able to really fall in love with that process of helping people and seeing them make changes for the positive. But there were still things, you know, I had a boss that was calling the shots. There was these underlying things that made it unattractive still. And with coaching, I found something where it's like, you know, I have tattoos that show, I have pink hair half the time. Like, I have no one telling me that I can't be uniquely myself, and I'm celebrated more for being that person. And there's never been a job where I could do that. And for me, that's something that I find so attractive. And constantly striving towards new goals. I would throw goals out before I was a coach, and I'd be like, that sounds cool, I'm going to run a 5K, and maybe I would do it, you know. And now we set goals as coaches, and we have clearer visions, and we learn how to reverse engineer that and not just set goals that are hopeless. We make plans and really cast that vision and make it happen. So that's kind of my backstory. Next slide. Oh, nitty gritty. So this is like the fun stuff. We're going to get into numbers. I know if you're on this call, and especially if you're looking at building a full-time coaching business, then you want to know what comes with being a coach. You know, let's talk money. It's part of it. You know, we are in the business of helping people, but it's not a bad thing. For a long time, I know for me, I would see, you know, the idea of being a millionaire or earning, you know, a limitless income or having that kind of financial freedom as something that maybe was bad to talk about. But what I've learned is it's what you do with that money and that potential that defines bad versus, like, good versus evil. And so what I've seen Beachbody coaches do in the way of, you know, mission trips and helping people pay off debt, you know, helping retire their parents. I've just seen what it can do and the blessings. So that's something that for me I had to let go, and I feel really inspired to share the opportunities that Beachbody has provided for a lot of people. So you enjoy the 25% discount off of all products or programs, whatever that is. Whether, you know, some people, they start one Beachbody program, and then if you're like us, like, you have the whole library. So you get 25% off of each of those. You earn a 25% commission off of all orders placed through your business center. So let's say you have someone sign up and they, you know, purchase a program underneath you, you make 25% off of any orders. Doesn't matter what it is, all orders, 25% commission. You earn additional bonuses for building a team. Let's say you sign up a coach, and I'm not going to get into too many details because I don't want to confuse you, but from the beginning there's options for signing bonuses when it comes to building a team. You earn matching bonuses once you get to a certain rank. So as you help your team become successful, there's opportunity for you to earn a percentage off of that as well. With the ability to open up to 25 business centers. So what that means is a business center is your business entity. Whenever you become a coach, you own a business center. Once you become what's known as a 2-star diamond coach, you're able to own a secondary business center. You're able to do that 25 times, which means you're pretty much franchising yourself 25 times. So the earning potential there is practically limitless. You can earn bonuses from each business center, so many things. So I won't get into that because it can be super confusing, but it's amazing. So you have the ability to qualify for free leads and customers. Maybe you're sitting up late at night and you see those infomercials of P90X, 21 Day Fix, or whatever, and you're like, well, I don't know if I want to be a Beachbody coach. Like, those infomercials are so popular, they probably get all the customers. No, those people that sign up through the website or through the infomercial get assigned to a coach. So we get free leads and customers by qualifying for monthly goals ourselves. We have incentives programs called Success Club, which means pretty much if you help 3 people a month, you get free leads from the company. If you help 5 people a month get started on their journey, you get what's known as free customers, which is instant commission in your pocket. So you have the possibility to earn free trips and swag. So specifically on our team, the retreat that we had, that's not anything put on by corporate, but we're a team that really loves traveling and we're big on team bonding and stuff. So that's something that if you join our team, you do have the opportunity to be eligible to qualify for those kind of trips. And most of all, you get to be part of an uplifting, positive community of women like you saw in the pictures and like we've been talking about this entire thing. So like I said, it's a limitless income. There's, if you wanted to, some people make over $300,000, $3 million a year as a Beachbody coach. But at the same time, you could look at this and just say, you know what, maybe one day that's something that I could do. Right now I'm not ready to put myself out there on social media, but I do love Shakeology. So like we spoke about before, the sign-up process for becoming a coach is the same, but you don't have to define that right now. If all this is so much and too much info for you to process, that's okay. You can sit on it. You can stay on your Shakeology and just decide, I'll just go with the discount route and then maybe think about it later down the line, but not for me right now. It's totally up to you. But I do want to, just because we're talking all these numbers, I do want to just kind of put it out there for legal purposes. Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income from the Team Beachbody coaching opportunity. Each coach's income depends on his or her own efforts, diligence, and skill. All right, and so the last slide I have for you all. Okay, so what now? You've listened to our stories, you've heard all this stuff, and so I love what I hear, but where do I even begin? So we got a few options for you. Option number 1, and I'll be honest, I'm just going to say this, you might as well throw away your money and just not do it at all if this is what you're considering. I know for me, I like working on a budget. I'm like, I'll go and buy 5 things for the price of 1 typically, and I like want to throw up if I spend like more than $50 on an item of clothing because I'm so frugal. So I get it. If you see $39.95 sign up fee and you're like, yes, then I get it. But I'll go ahead and tell you, like I said, it is a waste of money because you get nothing. You sign up for that fee, you don't get anything in return. You don't get a program, you don't get Shakeology to try, nothing. So that is your first option. If you are active military, when you sign up, your fee is waived. And we have $15.95 monthly service fees. So with that, you get 3 different websites. As a military spouse, active military spouse, or if you are in the reserves and you yourself are reserved military, then you qualify for the fee waves as well, fee waiver. So that's your first option. The second option would be the most popular option, which is starting with the standard challenge pack. What comes with a challenge pack, depending on whatever program you get, it'll be different a little bit, but you get a program. Maybe it's 21 Day Fix, P90X, Max 30, all these different programs. You can select whichever program works best for your goals. It also comes with a month of Shakeology, whatever flavor that you want, or you can do the box and get a few different flavors to try it out. And it comes with a meal plan, your support, our support as your coach, all of that good stuff. The cool thing about the challenge pack and what makes it so appealing is that it waives that wow, so it's $39.95 sign up fee. So you're not even paying that $40 and just throwing it away. It completely waives it. So the starting price for a challenge pack is $140, which is such a killer deal. So let's say typically like the Beachbody On Demand challenge pack is $140 typically. Not only are you getting access to all those programs, you're also getting a month of Shakeology, or which means like for $8 you get Beachbody On Demand, which is a killer deal. So it can vary, like I said, anywhere from $140 to like $205. Then the last option would be the Showcase Challenge Pack, which for me, they didn't have this when I signed up in 2013, but if they did, I definitely would have gone with it. It's over $150 in savings once you purchase it, and I'll kind of break it down. It is a little pricier, so I get it if you're feeling like, man, that's a big investment. If you're, a lot of people consider coaching and they see the opportunity to earn an income, and I'll tell you this, it's not something that's going to happen overnight. There's terms thrown around with this. It's a pyramid scheme with network marketing, all that stuff. There is no scheme. It takes a lot of hustle and a lot of heart and a lot of helping people. So much consistency, and it takes time. So if you're looking at this and you're like, wow, I heard $3 million in a year, that doesn't just happen. It definitely takes a lot of effort. So I want you to think about this, though, also with that. This is an investment in a business, so $295 to start up a business is actually really, really affordable considering. But in the Showcase Challenge Pack, I'll tell you why it's so freaking cool. You get 3 popular fitness programs. It varies, but at the moment, it's 21 Day Fix, PiYo, and Insanity Max 30, which are all really killer programs. You get a month of your Shakeology. You get the 30-day free trial of Beachbody On Demand. You get your business starter kit, which comes with your coach welcome book and your service fees and your websites, all that good stuff. And then you also get popular coach tools, including one Shakeology super sampler. So you have those samplers to share with other people and give them a little taste and get your business started by just having that conversation and just sharing. Shakeology tote bags. So you get 5 of those, and it's just nice to have that swag and just to be able to share stuff and just legitimize your business from the beginning. You also get the Shakeology welcome guides, 10-pack of that, and you get the 5-pack of the Beachbody product catalogs, which is super awesome. Like I said, it's $150 in savings. You can do whatever you want. You're more than welcome. Maybe you have a program sitting on your shelf and you have to go with option number 1 for some reason. Not to BS you, I really just feel like friend to friend, it's not the best investment if you're looking at this as a legitimate business. But if you have the programs and the products already, then sometimes that's the way to go. Or maybe you purchased a challenge pack in the past and now you just want to cash in, if you will, on your sign-up fee and just pay the $39.95, and you can be reimbursed if you've already purchased a challenge pack. So that's super cool. But lastly, before I let you guys go, this is about sharing. So if you're looking at these options and you're really considering signing up, you hear this a lot with coaching. It's not about selling, it's about sharing. And the reason they say that, it's not this cool little slogan, it's real. If you get into Beachbody and you're like, man, I'm going to make $1 million and I'm going to sell 1 million things, like, you're not going to be successful, straight up. People aren't going to connect with someone that's just trying to sell something they don't feel passionately about. But whenever you're involved in your journey, you're drinking Shakeology, you're doing the workouts, and you can share like a walking billboard that, hey, I have integrity, I'm doing this myself, I'm walking the walk, look, it works, then I think that that's kind of where the success comes from. So that's all I got to say about that. But if you like what you heard and you want to, maybe you have more questions or you want to hear a little bit more info, contact your coach and they'll get you all set up. So we appreciate you guys hopping on, and we are super stoked. And thanks, guys. We'll see you later.
Thanks, guys. Bye.